Hello, welcome. I'm Claudia. If you're new here and if you're back, thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me. Today we are going to tackle some of the random things that I pointed out during my new plant room office tour that needed to happen as soon as possible. Of course, I made a list. We're not going to do it all because frankly there are just a couple of things I'm not super motivated to do, even though I know that they're urgent. But we are going to basically tend to all of the Hoyas that need, well, most of the Hoyas, because there's one we're not tending to yet, the Crimson Queen. That one's gonna have to wait. But a lot of the Hoyas that are in my console here that were either in propagation and need to be potted up or need to be chopped to propagate, like my undulata that like urgently needs help. We are going to repot my Anthurium Wendi and the Alocasia Bambino, pink Bambino, and yeah, just do a lot of those little random things that were sort of falling through the cracks. I have to admit, it's been over a week, maybe 2 weeks since I filmed that plant office tour situation and I said that these things were urgent, and I haven't really tackled any of them yet. I feel like when I do big projects like that, like getting the room ready for the tour, all the rearranging and everything, and then the big Millsbow wide treatment and reset and all of that, then I feel, I don't want to say burnt out, but I like to take a moment to just like enjoy the space, and I kind of pretend that those things that I need to take care of, I don't need to, even though they're very pressing. But so yeah, here we are. We're gonna start tackling them through because I would like to keep the space looking really nice and healthy, and I would love to maximize this growing season for the plants. So I hope that sounds good to you. I have all my supplies over here. I'll get settled in with my mat and we'll get started. You're probably gonna hear the dogs and their little paws and nails around. I have the door open. I usually close it in here when I'm filming just to like keep noise down, but I really want airflow. This room tends to get pretty warm with all the lights, so I hope that that is okay with you. So I figured we would start with the Hoyas that were in the console. They're just smaller projects, I guess, but we'll see how it goes. I feel like I always think like, oh yeah, this will be really easy, and then it's not necessarily. But okay, we are going to start with this Hoya discipule, and all we are doing to this one is adding a trellis. Words are hard, but I wanted to show you. I think it's going to bloom. I haven't oh no, did I just knock one out? No, we're okay. I think it's gonna bloom. I haven't even had this that long, and yeah, she's already looking like she's gonna bloom. So I'm really excited. I'm also gonna give her a little bit of a sturdier cache pot just so that she's not tipping over all the time. I do find that she's really thirsty, so ideally I would love to have her in a self-watering at least, but I think that she would make a great Hoya candidate for semi-hydro. I don't think that Hoyas do well like transferring mediums, so the only way I would do that is to take cuttings and start a new plant, but I don't want to do that, especially since she's about to bloom. I'm also realizing this is the trellis I brought for her, and this isn't really going to do much, but I think we'll keep it for now. It'll help keep her in position a little, and I do need to order more of these trellises from Propagation Diaries because they are all being used up. So I mean, we're not really gonna like stake her to the stake, but I think it's going to just kind of help her. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is cute, right? And then we'll just add a cache pot where she won't be tipping over so much, and I think that this is cute for now. I'm just gonna use one of these pots so they don't have drainage. I don't know, I think I mentioned I got them at IKEA when I was building my Millsbow wide cabinet for like 25 cents each. and they were actually blue, but I spray painted them all white because that's just what I prefer. I'm gonna add a little orchid pin just to kind of keep the vine straight here. But otherwise, okay, I think she's cute. What do you think? Again, this is not a permanent situation by any means, but I think that she will do just fine here for another little while. And then when these bloom, I can't wait to show you. I'm having a hard time deciding which one to do next. Like, should I do this Moana Loa? Or should I do this Andalata? I think let's do, oh, I'm happy to feel that this leaf that it held on to did recover. It feels really nice. Okay, let's just do the Andalata first. And I'm just going to place, I'm gonna take a few cuttings, but the main cutting, I guess I'm just going to put in a cup since this is the growth point. Is that what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, yeah, let's do that. And I'm just gonna take the cutting from right here. Hope you can see that. And yeah, we'll just put all of this into stratum. This is previously used stratum, but I kept it because I only used it for a very little bit. Sorry, I usually have things on my right, and for whatever reason, everything is on my left, so I'm like, where do I look? I don't know if I should be chopping this in more places and then just try to propagate wet sticks, but I think I'm just going to leave it. I am going to put it in one of my, those clear boxes I have in my grow rack just for extra humidity. And then I think that we are going to chop the rest of this plant. Also, it never did well for me in here because it was just drying out so quickly. So I just kind of want to see what I'm working with down here. So it looks like this might have been the problem, not might have, for sure this was a problem in my environment and under my care, is it has sphagnum moss like on the roots right in the center. So I'm sure just when it was transferred into this cocoa husk, again, that moss just like sucks moisture and I'm underwater and it was just not a good situation. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna do like 2 nodes at a time. I've never done Hoya wet sticks before, but I'm hopeful. And I'm wondering if I should just dip this in water and then also just try with it and see what happens. I think I'm gonna do that. It was, yeah, knowing that there was so much moss in here, now I know that this is exactly what my problem was. Okay. So these, I had brought this cute little dome situation, but I think I got some moss on me, but I don't know. I mean, should I just put them in with this other plant since it's gonna go in the box anyway? I might just do that. Yeah, I just added them in there because, yeah. And then this just looks like trash, but I need to, I don't need to, I want to try to soak it and see if I can get all of this moss off, and then maybe just also add it into a container with stratum and see if maybe I can also continue to grow this. Okay, so I am just gonna place that over there, and I'll clean this up really quickly. I know that I'm saying it's like the sphagnum moss's fault, but it's just, it's me and sphagnum moss. Like sphagnum moss dries out, like holds on to a lot of moisture, but then also very easily becomes hydrophobic. And so it's just a disaster for me and my care style. So that is almost done. And now let's do the Mauna Loa. And the plan for this one is, whoops. We are going to chop this to continue to propagate a little bit more, and we are going to pot up the base. And as I'm saying that, I realize I did not bring a pot for her, but we can start with the chopping and setting up the propagation stuff. And in fact, I'm gonna go rinse this off because I think I want to just propagate them in here and then keep this little dome set up for it. I also had to change my battery, so if the angle is a little different, that's why. Okay, I rinsed this off. We're gonna add some stratum. Fill in the rest of this. I really love these little dome cloche situations. I just think they're so cute. Watering jug. So something I've been thinking about the last couple of days is I haven't purchased a new plant in some time. And I have like no desire really. Like there isn't, I mean there's plants on my wish list for sure, but I don't feel like I need to buy another plant right now. And I don't know, I guess, I don't know, it's just weird. How's it been for you? Curious. Okay, so I think I'm going to chop. I'll try to zoom in if I can because I don't know. Oh, right here, perfect. I think I'm gonna chop right there. And I'll just remove a couple of these bottom leaves, which is a shame because they're so pretty. Also, I can't find my shears. And it's ridiculous because I have so many of them, but yeah, I can't find them. Okay, so this is what this looks like. And we're just going to stick it right in here. And then we will do another one. It's so hard. That seems too low. We'll do another one. I'm so sorry. It's like impossible to show you with these curly leaves. Eek. Maybe this one seems too small, but we've already done it. Yeah, so I can't find my shears again. It's not uncommon for me to not be able to find my shears, but I feel like I purposely like designated a spot for them. So there's no reason why they should be lost, but they are. And then this is the last chunk I'm gonna take. And do one more. Yeah, that should be good. And then I actually should probably rinse this also. One sec. I don't know if I finished my thought, but I was wondering how you're feeling about buying new plants. Have you been buying new plants? Do you feel like, I don't know, maybe like there isn't anything crazy you have to have right now? Really curious. Okay, yeah, see, doesn't this look so adorable? I don't know. There's something about the setup that I really, really love. Okay, so that's set, and we are going to pot this up into pond. My gosh, I am having a hard time with words today. And we are going to keep it in a very similar little container for now until I pot everyone up. So yeah, that's what I decided I'm gonna do. There's so many roots in here. This is long overdue. I actually need water so that I can rinse all of these roots. But look at this. It's so good. I mean, most of them are off, honestly. I've said this before, but I don't like to keep any stratum on the roots because stratum breaks down a lot faster than other mediums, and then it just becomes really pasty and like hard, and I don't know. I just wouldn't want it interfering with any kind of root growth. I'm gonna take this in the sink and rinse it off, and then I will be back and we'll pot it up. There might be one or two little pebbles left in there, but for the most part she's all clear. And I'm gonna use this little cup. I'm using Lechuza Pond because I have a little bit of that left, and that's what I brought. And I'm choosing to keep it in semi-hydro just because I had it in stratum for so long. So at this point I feel like this is just what it's used to. I didn't just like root it and then, you know, when it was ready, move on. I kept it in there. So yeah, I just feel like this is what it's used to. So we're gonna do that. It also had been living in the cloche, so I think I'm gonna either add this in the cabinet or add another cloche for it, or I don't know. I need to think about what I'm gonna do with this one. But she'll stay like this until the cuttings are ready, and then I can hopefully get one cute little bushy pot. Moving on from the Hoyas, we are going to repot my Anthurium. Wendi, we will call her because I can never say her appropriate name. We're gonna use one of these pots from the Rare Plant Bay. These are the custom 3D printed ones, and they come in multiple sizes and colors. I love them for Anthurium and Alocasia. Like, they're just really great. Let's get the bin to catch. Should be pretty easy. Of course, of course. I mean, yeah, look how tiny this is. I don't know why. Oh, it's gonna, yeah. It's losing a lot of these roots, but it should be okay. Okay, I mean, it could have been worse. right? I'm just gonna pull the wick, and then otherwise I'm gonna try not to mess with this at all. It's in Alocasia, so we're gonna keep it in Alocasia. It's like the width of it barely fits, but there's clearly enough vertical space, so I am actually gonna mess with it just a little bit. There we go. One could argue I could go bigger. I hate this, like making these decisions. I guess I just wish that, oh, here we go. I think this works how I would like it to. I think I need a bigger pot. I hate to say it, but this isn't working. You're witnessing me having kind of like a very annoying meltdown because what I chose isn't working. It's okay. We're gonna figure this out. It's just that pot is plenty big. It's just the way that the roots were, and now I'm completely messing with them, which is something I didn't want to do. But it's for my mental health. Okay, so here we go. Yeah. Now that I've completely messed with the roots, I can properly place it in the pot as planned. I feel like sometimes I just need things to go the way that I planned, and evidently this was one of those times. Also, I'm grabbing pond from like the bin, the new pond, just because I didn't disinfect the mat before, and I would rather just sterilize the pond because I was doing like the whole Hoya stuff, and I don't know, I can be a little extra, I guess, clearly. Let's water her through and hope she doesn't get too upset that I've messed with her roots so much. She should be fine. Anthurium roots, especially like this one, they're really hardy, so. Or maybe it's just me trying to make myself feel better because I was a lot rougher than I needed to be, but here she is. I am excited to continue to see her grow, and I am so looking forward to the day that she finally blooms for me. Those little like curly blooms are so cute, and the color of this Anthurium is so unique. I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's very, very beautiful. It's like a dark teal. Sorry for that meltdown. That was really inappropriate, but it's real life. It happened. So I'm not about to cut it out. Like, it is what it is. I had a moment. Okay, this is the last plant we're tending to, and this is my pink Bambino. She was doing so well, but like for sure, this tiny little pot was just going dry too quickly and frequently. So we're gonna slightly upsize her, or at least that's what I think the problem is, because it happened when I put her into the cabinet, like after propagating, like after she was in stratum and stuff. So that's what I think the issue is. And I'm hopeful that now I'll be able to keep her much happier with a slightly larger home. So this is only slightly larger, like, you know, but we're just going to bring her out ever so gently. Yeah, her roots look healthy. Oh no, she does have some rots. No, actually very little, which is kind of normal. So she's actually fine. Okay. And hopefully I have enough of this left in here, because I went a little manic. And that is the last of my Lechuza pon. I mean, I have some in the bin that I'll sterilize and reuse, but yeah, it's the last of it. Okay, so yeah, I'm hopeful that she'll be happier in a slightly upsized situation. But look at this new leaf. I mean, they're both gorgeous, but this one underneath that's unfurling, so pretty. I feel like the genetics on this plant are really good, so I'm excited to grow her and see what she turns into, and I hope that she'll be much happier in this slightly larger home where she's not getting underwatered so frequently. The last thing we actually have to do is this little chong from the Hoya Ondulata. So I had it soaking in water, and honestly there hasn't been much progress in the roots releasing any more of this stuff. Oh, here we go. Underwater it is. Actually, maybe a little bit easier. Of course, my battery died as I was working on that little twig. I was able to get most of everything off of it, and I just placed it in this little cup with stratum. I kind of buried the whole thing, and I'm adding the dome. I'll tape it and add it over to my grow rack and see if anything comes of it. I mean, it's worth a try, right? It is such a beautiful plant. So with that, we were able to tackle all of the things that I really wanted to tend to. I mean, there's still several other things we need to get to, and we will get to those hopefully very soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's chat down in the comments below. Like always, I'll link anything I used or can think of down in the description, and I will see you very soon. Bye.